Okay, so I was getting a few questions with regarding to some of my Instagram posts recently. I don't really use Instagram that much, especially to post guitar stuff, because it's kind of pointless, really. So the Fractal AX8 that I had used, I was using it to set it up for my son for his band in school, because it was kind of just lying around. I've had this Fractal for a long time. And realistically, I didn't really like it. The user interface isn't really much good. And, you know, yeah, it sounds great. It does, you know, the amps and stuff like that are really, really good in it. Out of the box, it's fantastic. Now, the Helix has got a reputation, and Line 6 say this themselves in the manuals, is that all presets suck. And they did for a little while, but they don't now. The recent 3.0 update has kind of stopped that, and it's prevented it. And there's some really, really good kind of artist tones that are in the Helix now. And you do get a lot more for your money, especially in the second-hand market now, because for around about £1,000, you could get this. You could buy a Fractal AX8 and get it and live happily ever after. If you're kind of a simple one amp, one patch kind of guy, kind of like I am, this could be the thing for you, Boba Fett. You know, and you could live happily. But the XY system that they have, where you can kind of switch between amps and certain pedals and, you know, compressors and what have you, you know, that's great. But with the Helix, you get a lot more bang for your buck. You do, because we have full edit mode and snapshots, where snapshots will change a multitude of parameters on your amp, on your pedals. It'll do everything that you want it to do just off one switch. You know, it's the word game changer gets banged around a lot, but trust me, it is a game changer. The Helix is kind of kicking everything's ass at the minute. Constant updates as well with the Helix, not so much on the AX8 now. Reason for that is it's kind of old tech and they've moved on to the AX3. However, there is a rogue. So if you said, I've got maybe 1,200 spare pounds or US dollars, you could buy an AX8. You could do that and live happily ever after. You could, if you were lucky, get a Helix second-hand for maybe 1,000, 1,100, maybe 1,200. I don't know, you know, they're holding the price. But let me just give you another option. And your other option is this, Pod Go. Now, the Pod Go is exactly the same as the Helix. Obviously, it's got less DSP, it's got less processing power, but snapshots are still there. You get an expression pedal, which you don't get on the AX8. And this will cost you second-hand round about, I don't know, maybe... Actually, let's talk, the new price is like 400. So, yeah, that's a shit ton of pedal for not a lot of money. You know, you're getting the baby of the Helix. If this is too much for you, if you just think, nah, I don't need all of that shit, then let's just lower the shit rate and just get the Pod Go. You've got to ask yourself, what's it going to be? Are you going to spend 12 to 14 new on a Helix? Are you going to spend maybe £1,000 second-hand for a Fractal AX8? Or are you going to be the sensible bunny and spend 400 new for the same processing power with an expression pedal, which you don't get on the Fractal, and buy one of these Pod Goes and have money left over for guitars? Oh. Look, I can't tell you what to buy. It's completely up to you. Boba Fett, I can't tell you what to buy. It's completely up to you. But for me, if I was starting this journey again, would I swerve the Helix? Would I avoid it? Well, for me, probably not, because I use the Variacs and I like having the ability to kind of do everything on the Helix, and it does everything for me except make coffee. I'd probably be going for the Pod Go. You know, it's a money saver. It does everything that this does to a degree. and I'm still getting the constant updates. So look, thanks for watching. It wasn't a rant. I'm not saying that the Fractal is bad, because it's not. It sounds great, but the Helix is kind of kicking everything's ass. Thanks for Line 6 for looking after us all over the years, and there's more to come. See you later. Fingers.